You have everything you once wanted. A good phone, a stable life, maybe even success. And yet, something feels off. That quiet emptiness creeps in at night, a strange feeling that despite having it all, you're missing something. You laugh, scroll, work, and talk, but deep inside, there's a gap that nothing seems to fill. You start wondering, why do I feel empty when my life looks fine? This is the quiet crisis of our generation, the emptiness behind the highlight reel. That feeling of emptiness isn't random. It's a signal. Your mind is whispering that you're living out of alignment. When life looks good on the outside but feels hollow on the inside, it means your outer world has outgrown your inner world. We build resumes, routines, and reputations, but forget to build connection, meaning, and depth. And so, despite progress, something still feels missing. You. We've been taught that happiness comes from achievement, better grades, better jobs, better followers. But here's the catch. Every time you get what you wanted, your brain moves the finish line. The dopamine fades and emptiness returns, louder this time. Because joy doesn't come from having it all, it comes from being aligned with what truly matters to you. We live in an age of constant connection, yet feel more disconnected than ever. We talk through screens, express through emojis, and measure worth in likes. We're surrounded by people, but starved for presence. That's why even when life seems full, it feels emotionally empty, because connection without depth is just noise. Sometimes emptiness is emotional exhaustion wearing a mask. You've ignored your feelings so long that you've gone numb, and numbness feels like emptiness. You don't feel bad or good, you just exist. But here's the truth. Your emotions don't disappear when you ignore them. They just wait silently until you're ready to listen. You've been running your entire life, chasing milestones, chasing approval. But when your self-worth depends on doing, not being, you'll always feel incomplete. Because the moment you stop achieving, you stop feeling valuable. That's the trap. You mistake productivity for purpose. But peace doesn't come from doing more, it comes from doing what matters. Every scroll tells you someone's happier, richer, or more fulfilled than you, and comparison kills contentment. You start doubting your path, your progress, your worth. But here's the truth. The person you compare yourself to might be comparing themselves to you. The antidote? Gratitude. When you start noticing what's right instead of what's missing, the emptiness slowly loses power. We confuse success with meaning, but they're not the same. You can be successful and still feel lost. Meaning doesn't come from money or milestones. It comes from contribution, connection, and growth. When you stop asking, "What do I want from life?" and start asking, "What does life want from me?" the emptiness begins to fade, replaced by purpose. Most people live either in the past or the future, replaying regrets or worrying about what's next. That's why the present feels empty, because we're never in it. Presence is peace. When you truly feel this moment, your breath, your thoughts, your surroundings, life suddenly feels full again. Because fullness was never about having more, it was about feeling more. We talk to everyone except ourselves. We ask others what we should do, how we should live, what we should want. But emptiness fades when you reconnect with yourself, your values, your passions, your truth. Ask yourself, what actually makes me feel alive? Start doing more of that, even in small doses. Because when your outer actions match your inner voice, peace follows naturally. Some call it burnout, others call it a soul hunger. That emptiness isn't always depression. Sometimes it's your soul craving depth. We're not meant to just exist. We're meant to feel, learn, and grow. Silence, reflection, prayer, nature, these aren't luxuries.
They're fuel for the soul, the moments where emptiness turns into awareness. You can't fill the void by adding more. You fill it by subtracting what doesn't serve you. Fewer distractions, fewer fake smiles, fewer yeses when you mean no. Peace isn't something you find, it's what remains when you remove what's not real. Start by being honest with yourself. Ask, what am I doing that's draining me? And what's missing that truly matters? Then, gently, start changing, one honest choice at a time. Emptiness often hides under noise. We keep ourselves busy to avoid the silence because silence reveals truth. But stillness is where healing begins. Sit with your emptiness. Don't run from it. It's not your enemy. It's a message asking you to realign with what truly fulfills you. Volunteer, create, help, listen. Do something that reminds you of your humanity. When you focus on giving instead of getting, life starts to feel full again. Because fulfillment doesn't come from what you receive, it comes from what you contribute. We often think strength means suppressing emotions, staying fine no matter what. But real courage isn't pretending you don't feel pain, it's allowing yourself to feel it without judgment. When you finally stop running from your emotions and start listening to them, you realize they were never trying to hurt you. They were trying to guide you back home. Feeling deeply is not a flaw. It's proof that you're alive, aware, and human. Healing begins the moment you give yourself permission to feel again. Emptiness fades when you stop seeking completeness from the outside world. Because the truth is, you were never broken, just disconnected from your own wholeness. You don't need a new life, you just need to see your life differently. Wholeness is not about perfection, it's about acceptance. When you embrace every version of yourself, the strong, the tired, the healing, the hopeful, you stop chasing fulfillment and start living it. The emptiness you feel isn't failure, it's an invitation to slow down, to look within, to live with depth. Happiness isn't found in perfection, it's found in presence. The day you stop chasing more and start noticing enough, you'll realize life was never empty. You were just too distracted to feel it.
The emptiness you feel isn't failure. It's a signal to reconnect with yourself. Slow down, notice what truly matters, and align your actions with your inner voice. The day you stop chasing more and embrace what already is, you'll realize life was never empty. You just weren't paying attention.